Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the return episode of Paul Allen's Disasterpiece. We have an absolutely exciting episode talking about the new Venom album, the new movie The Mummy by Lee Cronin, as well as the upcoming Evil Dead Burn. I am joined by a very special guest who needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. This is the man, the myth, and the legend behind NC-17 Productions, the writer and director of the upcoming film Not There, which I recognize that hat. This is Mr. Josh Wynn. How are you doing, brother?
I'm pretty good, pretty good. Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me. Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm super excited to get into everything with you.
Oh yeah. Yeah. As am I.
All right, so to do a very quick review of the new Venom album, which Josh has not listened to it. I'm trying to get him to because it's a solid album, in my humble opinion. For those who do not know, Venom was kind of the pioneer of black metal. They were really the first to kind of give it a name with their album and song called black metal. So basically, if you hate my music, blame them. But their new album, it came out a few days ago. It is called Into Oblivion. It has 13 songs. It doesn't feel like a 13-song album, though. It goes by rather quick, which is, in my opinion, a good thing. None of the songs feel long. None of them feel rushed either. You know, each song feels like a very natural flow and progression. My personal favorite is the ninth track, Live Loud. I really love that one. Dogs of War, which is the 11th track, is another standout for me. Of course, the opening track, Into Oblivion, is another standout. I don't have really any complaints with this album. The vocals are, in my opinion, better than when they started, which is an anomaly that almost never happens.
True.
The instrumentation is phenomenal. I love the guitar tones. I'm a sucker for a guitar tone. I feel
Oh yeah.
like that guitar tone can make or break a track. If you have a solid bass and you have good drums and good vocals, but the guitar tone sucks, it just brings down the entire song. Um,
Oh yeah.
Likewise with each instrument, I think that each instrument is so critical, and they have it mixed well. Um, Overall, I would probably give this album a solid 8 out of 10. I really enjoyed it. I
Okay.
think if you're a fan of extreme metal, I wouldn't classify it as black metal because black metal has kind of taken its own form after they kind of jump started it. It kind of evolved on its own organically. So it doesn't have the traditional black metal sound that you may think of with the high pitched screams. It definitely falls more into extreme metal. Um, and honestly, of the extreme metal albums I've listened to in the last couple of years, it's in the top five for sure.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but I'm going to quit yapping about it because if I don't, then that'll take up the entire episode. So I would like to pivot into The Mummy. Lee Cronin's The Mummy came out last month,
Mhm.
and Josh and I both have seen it, and we've actually already talked about it just one on one, and
Yeah.
we both have our own thoughts on it, and I am really excited to talk about it. So, Josh, what are your thoughts on Lee Cronin's The Mummy?
So Lee Cronin's The Mummy kind of it may not be a movie for everybody. I'll just start off with that
Hmm.
because a lot of people are going to be like, this reminds them of this or this reminds them of that or you know because it does blur the lines of is it like something else or is it not like something else?
Yeah.
But like there were moments that were to me really good, but then there
Mhm.
was also moments where it was like a little bit lackluster, and I'm like, you know, I mean, for gore, it gets a good grade for gore.
Oh yeah.
You know, for scares, it's hard to scare me. I mean, the only movie that ever scared me was the original Exorcist. So I want to say, like for me, about average. You know,
Mhm.
but all in all, I think it was decent enough to make a good standing in the field that it's in. And granted, that's being compared to a lot of different things, but one thing in particular, uh, I want to say that if you go into this movie thinking you're going to see like a mummy movie, that's a misinterpretation.
Yeah.
But I don't want to spoil anything, but I do want to say that the unwrapping was probably my favorite scene.
Oh yeah. That was really well done. I like how they did that.
Oh yeah, I want to say the ending, albeit kind of predictable, but there was no other way that this movie could have ended, in my
Mhm.
opinion. You know, and I did like the way they told the story, and I did like how the next scene kind of complemented the previous scene. But that I want to say the third quarter of the film is probably the best part of the film. So
Yeah. I agree. Um, I thought that they did a fascinating story. It's definitely. I think a lot of people have expressed disappointment in it because they're going and expecting a mummy movie of old, like the Brendan Fraser movies, which we are getting another one of those. And I
oh yeah,
think that people may have gone in thinking that this is what that was,
yeah,
and it's not. It's far from it. It has nothing to do with those movies whatsoever.
oh yeah,
I would barely call. I would barely call it a mummy, honestly. Um, that being said, I thought that the lore they kind of established was fascinating. I'm a sucker for occult stories. You know,
oh
I
yeah,
that's a subject that I have studied extensively, and whenever it's done well in film, I enjoy it.
oh yeah,
It has to be done well. If it's not done well, then I hate it. But I thought for the most part they handled it quite well. I thought the woman who was kind of the I guess you could say instigator of the events. I thought that she was a phenomenal character, and the way that they do the close up on her as she's whispering the curse. Oh my gosh, that sent chills down my spine. I kind of
oh
looked.
yeah,
I was in an empty theater, and I'm looking around like, is the chair next to me about to start floating?
oh yeah,
But the unwrapping scene. Oh my gosh, that's one of my favorite moments as well. It takes a lot to gross me out because I love gore.
oh
You
yeah,
know, I love movies that have gore in them. Again, so long as it's done well. Um,
true.
and this is done very, very well. But that being said, it takes a lot to gross me out. The unwrapping scene was one of them. Was one of the scenes that it's not necessarily that it was over the top gross, but the scenes that got me. I think everybody who's seen this movie knows exactly the ones I'm talking about. The toenail scene.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god. There's only one other movie that had that effect on me, and that was Terrifier 2.
yep,
With the scene where Art the Clown is torturing this poor girl in her bedroom, and it just goes on and on and on, and it gets worse, and you're like, how can it get any worse? And then it just continues to get worse.
oh yeah,
I have a thing about toenails in general. I think a lot of people do, but I hate anything to do with toenails. So that scene fucking I almost had to temporarily walk out of the theater. Same with the deviled egg
oh yeah,
scene. That kind of got to me a little bit. Overall, I enjoyed it.
oh yeah.
I literally called my friend Matthew after I walked out of the theater, and I'm like, dude, this is an Evil Dead movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, the Lee Cronin even said that it is loosely, it's like canon to uh Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
like in the
so
same universe.
yeah. Which when I went in there, like when I first saw the trailer, I was like, all right, this is a different take on the Mummy. But when I went and and I saw it, I was like, this is straight up Evil Dead. So
Yeah, yeah.
but
They literally could have called it Evil Dead Egypt
yeah.
and gotten away with it because that's exactly what it felt like. I mean,
Oh yeah.
it. They were clearly deadites at the end.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know, I want to say that, I rate my movies 1 to 10. And
Mhm.
every now and then some movies get just straight into my Hall of Fame, my own personal Hall of Fame. This is by far not in my Hall of Fame. Uh, I'm gonna like normally when I rate movies, I rate it on A, B, C, X, Y, Z. You know,
Mhm.
this one, like I said, there were certain scenes that were just lackluster, but then the scenes that made up for that really made up for that.
Mhm.
So the way I'm gonna rate it is, I would say the first half a strong, solid 7.
Yeah.
The second half, I'm gonna go a probably 8.5.
Mhm.
So I'm a stickler of like I like longer movies, but I also don't like too long of movies. Like if you're gonna make a movie, make it just the right amount of time, give us just the right
Mhm.
amount of stuff, and you know, very seldomly do movies actually get high numbers from like just regular critics. I give a lot of high numbers because I enjoy a lot of movies.
Mhm.
You know, so with it being a 7 in the first half and an 8.5 in the second half, the whole film altogether, I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Yeah. I think that that's a very fair rating for it. I would rate. Excuse me. I would rate the first half probably around a 6.5. I feel like there were some scenes that could have either been shortened or removed altogether.
Mm-hmm.
There was definitely moments that it's like this doesn't feel like it's actually progressing anything.
Mm-hmm.
And that to me is one of the more important aspects of filmmaking
Oh
is,
yeah.
does this scene actually do anything to advance the story or build the characters? And there were a few scenes that didn't quite fit that, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
And I stress in my opinion. I don't want to say it as gospel fact.
Oh yeah.
But I would say probably a 6.5 because the parts of the first half that I enjoyed, I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
The the lady who kind of led the curse, so to speak, I thought she was the highlight of it for me.
Oh yeah.
I honestly didn't really feel super attached to the father character even until the second half.
Oh yeah.
And that's no fault of the actor whatsoever. Or I don't think it's anyone's fault really. It just the character just didn't hit with me until it got closer towards probably the third act.
Oh yeah.
You know, the second half, I would probably lean towards an 8.5 as well. Second half of the movie is just fucking gold.
Oh
I
yeah.
honestly, I think and this is a little beyond the halfway point, I think, where a certain character gets thrown out of the window.
Yes.
I think from there on out is where it really picks up, and I'm like, fuck yes, I love every second of this.
Oh yeah.
And that poor character. I'm not going to spoil who it is. You can probably put two and two together from the trailer and promotional videos that they did. But
True.
man, that was the one character that I was connected with from their first scene,
Oh yeah.
and that was heartbreaking. and then we get them as a glorified Deadite, and I'm like, oh. But yeah, overall, I'd probably give it a solid 8. I think it's a very good film. I hope it's a standalone. I don't think that they should continue it. I don't think that there's any need to have a Mummy 2.
Agreed.
Now, if they do, then I'll be curious to see how they handle it, but I think it should just be a standalone. I mean, we already have another Evil Dead movie coming out.
Very true.
Not to segue quite yet, but I know we're getting a proper Mummy 4, I think next year, is it?
Yep, next year.
And I'm excited for that. I'm curious to see how they continue that story. I do think, because I wasn't really the biggest fan of the original Mummy movies. They were okay. I love the first one. I remember really enjoying it, but after that, it's just like, why?
Yeah.
So I think that in terms of Mummy movies, this one did kind of set that bar a little high for me, and I'm really hopeful. Of course, it's Brendan Fraser. It's going to be a good movie.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But I'm really hopeful for the Mummy 4, which, again, I know is unconnected, but I had to mention it.
Oh, yeah. What I'm looking forward to about the Mummy 4 is they're actually bringing back the original lady who played his wife, Rachel Weisz, and I thought she played that role way better than Maria Bello. So
Yeah.
yeah, and they need to leave Jet Li alone and The Rock.
Yeah. Yeah, no kidding.
But no, I agree. I'm looking forward to that one too. So
Yeah. Do we know a specific release date? Has that been set yet or announced?
it hasn't been set yet.
Okay.
They said summer or fall of 27. So I was like, well, I know what I'm looking forward to in summer or fall of 27.
Fingers crossed for a July release so I can have a Mummy birthday movie.
There you go. Yeah.
But we kind of talked a little bit about Evil Dead and how it felt like an Evil Dead movie, and jokingly calling it Evil Dead Egypt. We actually do have another proper Evil Dead movie coming out in about 2 months, just a hair over 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody who knows me knows that Evil Dead is one of my favorite franchises. I don't think that there is a bad installment in that franchise. I love the movies. I love the Ash vs. Evil Dead. I know that there's a couple other things that I haven't seen yet. So what I have seen, I've thoroughly loved.
They even got video games.
That I did not know.
Yep, they got an Army of Darkness video game and they got an Evil Dead video game.
Okay, so scratch that. I did know about one that came out on the PS5.
Yep. PS5, PS4, and the new Xbox. Yep.
Yeah. I actually did play that. So I don't know why I said I didn't know about the video games, because I clearly did. I think I played it once, and it is actually quite hard. It's exclusively online.
Yeah.
And it's if you don't know what you're doing, best of luck to you.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm not a gamer anyway. I barely game. I do every once in a while. I don't even own a console right now. But anywho, Evil Dead Burn comes out. It actually got bumped up to July 10th, which I'm stoked for because that means I don't have to wait as long and I'm impatient.
Very true. Very true. Yeah. So let me ask you, because they have a couple trailers out now. Which one was your favorite trailer for Evil Dead Burn, and what are you most anticipating about Evil Dead Burn?
So I feel like the newest, full trailer is what I preferred. I enjoyed the first one. That's basically just the girl crawling through the house as fucking chaos goes on around. Yes. I thought that was very well done. Just a very good teaser. But the newest trailer, I feel like we get a little bit more of the story and kind of what to expect. And I mean, it looks like a bloody good time.
Oh yeah.
The one thing I don't like about it is we get a very clear shot from what will be the end of Act 3, which is, of course, the final girl getting absolutely sprayed with blood.
Oh yeah.
We see that, and I don't think. I mean, we know it's an Evil Dead movie. That's going to be in it no matter what. But I don't think we should have seen it because now we know who's making it to the end.
Very true.
That's the only thing I didn't like. And that's just me being nitpicky. As far as what I'm most excited for, there are obviously all of it is just rumors until we actually see it, right?
Yeah.
But the biggest rumor right now is that this is going to tie with Evil Dead Rise,
Mm-hmm.
and it's already confirmed that it's going to tie to Evil Dead 2013
Yep.
as well. We actually see that in the trailer where like one of the pages of the Necronomicon has an article taped into it that says 4 bodies found in burned cabin or cabin fire or something to that effect, which is
Yeah.
of course Evil Dead 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a shot that looks an awful lot like Jessica from Evil Dead Rise. So I don't know. Again, it's rumor until we actually see it, or until they confirm.
Yeah.
I think it would be cool to see both, or sorry, I think it'd be cool to see all 3 movies tied together. Obviously, the ultimate way to tie everything together would be Ash being in it, which is another
Sure.
rumor. But there again, he's in every Evil Dead movie somehow, some way.
Oh yeah.
He's in the post-credit scene of 2013,
Mm-hmm.
and his voice is in Rise.
Yep.
So, I mean, it's a given. I would say it's almost a sure bet. He's going to have some kind of part, even if it's just a small cameo like 2013, or a voice part like in
Oh
Rise.
yeah.
He's going to be in it somehow.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I would say that's probably my most anticipated aspect of it is just seeing what part of the rumors is true, what part of it's bullshit. Either way, I feel like I'm going to be like a kid in a candy store because it's an Evil Dead movie.
Oh yeah. There's also another thing that I don't know if you noticed, but if you've seen the Ash versus Evil Dead TV show,
Yeah,
the house they're in Evil Dead Burn is Ruby's house.
yeah, from season 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So quote unquote the rumors is 2013 Evil Dead Rise, Ash versus Evil Dead, and this one are all connected.
yeah,
You know, uh, I I concur with almost everything you said. There's a couple things I think I'm looking forward to specifically, and
what's that?
that is how exactly old girl got that seat cover in her freaking mouth.
That looks so fucking gnarly.
Oh yeah. No, I'm not looking forward to, like whenever you have an animal in an Evil Dead movie or any kind of movie with demons, the animal dies. I'm not looking forward to that because I'm a big fan and like letting the animals live unless the animal is actually trying to kill you.
Yeah, and we do see a dog in the trailer. Now, something I don't know if people caught is the dog in one frame looks like a deadite itself.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna feel so conflicted because I hate to see dogs get harmed in any way in movies.
Oh yeah,
It's one of the few reasons that I mean I enjoyed The Conjuring Last Rites, but the fact that they throw the dog into the wall, I took away a star for that.
oh yeah, oh yeah,
That's something I don't fuck around with.
oh yeah. So funny note, I know we're talking about Evil Dead Burn, but I want to go back to Evil Dead 2013. When I was talking to Jane Levy, the main girl,
Yeah.
when I was talking to her at a convention I saw her at, I asked her exactly how much like amounts of blood did they use for that ending,
Hmm.
and she said they had three full-size Olympic-sized swimming pools full of blood just waiting.
Holy shit.
And what they did is they craned it every single one of them up and dumped them all at the same time.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I was like, that's fucking crazy. Yeah.
When are we going to get budgets like that?
I mean, hey, if I ever get a budget like that, I'm pretty sure, we're gonna be Hollywood. But you know, Evil Dead Burn, I wanna say the one thing that kind of has me the most intrigued is the Necronomicon, albeit looks similar to all the other ones, but you can tell
Mm,
is different. Like this one actually has a fang if you really look at it close enough.
mm.
And I'm like, all the other ones had teeth, but they didn't have a fang. So that's what I'm looking forward to is like all the little nuances that I remember compared to
Hmm.
all the new stuff that they're doing. So,
So that actually kind of ties into another one of the rumors. One of the rumors, and I don't know how much I believe this, just because depending on how they do it, it could either be genius or really dumb. Um, but some people are saying that they think that this Necronomicon is essentially a fraud. That it is something that was being written not as a means of actually being a proper Necronomicon, but rather being like a notebook, essentially a glorified notebook with documents and more so like a means of stopping the evil rather
yeah.
than actually being a grimoire, which is what the others would be.
Oh, yeah.
And it also just doesn't look like any of the other Necronomicons, period. So
Oh, yeah.
there's that, and according to the lore, unless I'm misremembering, is there's only three. So
Yeah.
I feel like it could be a fake, but uh, again, it depends on how they spin it, or it could just simply be an unknown Necronomicon.
True. You know, as long as the person who gets the book remembers the three words to say Klaatu, Vrata, Nektu.
Oh shoot, my lunchbox next to me is starting to float.
Yeah. The thing about the Evil Dead franchise, going from the original all the way to now, with the exception of Army of Darkness, I think they went a little bit too spoofy on that one, which was still, I
Mm.
mean, it's still good. It's one of my favorites, but I think that each one, even though it's in a franchise, each one can stand alone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to seeing that fast camera go, and I'm like, that's one
Hmm.
of my favorite parts of all of them. I'm like, yep, here it comes. Let's get this shit going.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. I'm. I guess another thing that I'm excited for, kind of with that, I always am a sucker for how they do the incantation.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, Evil Dead Rise is my personal favorite because I'm an audiophile, right? Like I
Oh yeah.
love I either love or hate audio waves.
Oh yeah.
And I felt like the way that they did it in Rise just was so audibly satisfying.
Oh yeah.
It's coming over the speakers. You kind of get the shaking, the subtle shaking of the speakers, the distorted voice. It actually kind of creeped me out, and it takes a lot to creep me out.
Oh yeah.
So that's another aspect I'm excited for.
Oh yeah. So originally, when they made Evil Dead Rise, the rumor mill was going crazy saying that, this is going to be the end of the franchise. There was
Mm.
rumors that this is going to be kicking off a new trilogy and all this other stuff. And if rumors are true, then Evil Dead Burn could literally essentially be part two of Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I think, and this is just me really fan casting at this rate. I feel like that Evil Dead Wrath, especially if it is going to wrap up a trilogy and possibly the franchise itself, I feel like the end of Burn, and I know this probably isn't going to happen. Just let a guy wish, people. um, I feel like that we should see a cameo from um, Mia,
Mm-hmm.
from Beth,
Mm-hmm.
from Rise, and obviously Ash.
Oh yeah.
And then I think Wrath, Evil Dead Wrath, which is coming out in 2028.
Mm-hmm.
I think that should kind of tie all of the stories together, just like a nice little bow on a Christmas gift for us.
Oh yeah.
I think that they fight, they try to fight the evil, so to speak, and finally put an end to it.
Oh yeah.
And I mean, if they ever decide, if indeed Wrath is it for now, they can always decide to just make another installment. Oh, there's another Necronomicon that we didn't know about. There's endless possibilities for continuing it.
Oh yeah.
But I think that if they are going to continue storylines rather than just standalones for now, I think that Wrath should wrap up Ash, Beth, Mia, and whoever survives. I don't know the character names for Burn, but
Yeah.
whoever survives Burn as well.
I agree. 100%. I will agree with that. I will say that now, I know I asked you the question, but I want to answer the question too.
Mm.
I liked the full trailer because I agree. You got more of the story. But I'm kind of sentimental with the first one, like the teaser, because that was all one
Hmm.
shot.
Yeah.
And when you're doing as much as you're doing and you're getting it all in one shot, to me, that's damn near next to perfection. So
Oh yeah.
you
I
know,
love one shot scenes. One of my favorites is Sinners. There's like oh gosh, how many minutes was it where it's just one shot as they're going through the eras of African American music. I just thought that was so well done, and it was moving. Like I'm
oh,
sitting in the theater and I'm almost starting to get emotional.
oh yeah,
Just as a recent example of a one shot.
oh yeah. 5 minutes and 25 seconds.
5 minutes and 25 seconds for Sinners.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you can't tell. It doesn't feel like it's that long.
yeah. I'm a nerd when it comes to like horror movies. I gotta know, like every little thing because I write and direct horror movies.
Mhm.
It's like I'm not gonna copy what they do, but it's like it's good to know what they do. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
absolutely. I mean, if you are getting into filmmaking, watching movies and studying them is the best way to do it.
Oh yeah.
You know, we're gonna have to wrap this up. We're getting a 3 minute warning, so I'll close it with this. You, of course, have directed your first film, Not There. It is
Hmm.
premiering in just a little over 2 months, or sorry, just over a month.
Yep, just over a month.
I just want to say that I'm so fucking proud of you for doing that. It
I
is,
appreciate it.
in the wise words of James Jude Courtney, it is a modern miracle to make a movie.
Oh yeah.
So I want to encourage everyone, if you are in Michigan, I will put the details of the premiere for Not There in the description of this podcast episode. Please go and see it, and keep an eye out on Josh's page and mine as well. I'll be sharing everything that I see of it. Keep an eye out for ways that you can watch and support it, as well as Not There Too,
Oh yeah.
which is going to be filming later this year. I'm super excited to see everything from that.
Oh yeah.
So I would like to kind of leave the floor for you to plug anything that you want, say anything that you want, whether it's Not There related or just anything else you may have in the works.
Uh, First, thank you for having me. Second, Follow the Not There page, the Not There 2 page, both on Facebook. Follow the NC-17 YouTube. And we are also we're being advantageous here. We have two films filming this year. Not There 2 in August, and then we're filming 313 Slasher, which is our secret project in October. We got
Secret.
amazing cast. So uh I want to say thank you to everybody who has supported us and keep rocking.
Absolutely. And where can people find you, like, on the socials?
Facebook, it's just Josh Wynn, Wynn. Look it up. You'll see NC-17. That's me. I do have an Instagram, but I barely go on there, so it's not even
Same.
worth mentioning. uh, yeah, that and then YouTube is NC-17. So Facebook and YouTube. Mhm.
Alrighty. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. And Josh, thank you for hopping on with me and being a part of this episode. It was a pleasure as always. That being said, we are going to be recording more new episodes very soon. So stay tuned on the Unbroken Studios YouTube page for our upcoming episodes, as well as Facebook. I'm also not there on Instagram.
Yep.
Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Later.